The airport terminal was buzzing with the usual chaos: rolling suitcases, muffled flight announcements, laughter, cries, and the occasional irritated sigh of a delayed traveler. But no one was paying much attention to the K9 unit walking along the security lanes, until the dog, a sleek German shepherd named Thor, froze in his tracks. Then, without warning, he began barking. Loud. Urgent. Directly at a man cradling a sleeping baby in a tattered pink blanket. Passengers turned. Conversation stopped mid-sentence. The noise of rolling luggage seemed to fade beneath Thor's relentless barking. The man, tall and slightly hunched, clutched the child tighter and took an instinctive step back. His face turned pale. Eyes darted to the nearest exit. Something was wrong. And Thor wasn't letting it go unnoticed. Officer Jenna Miles, Thor's handler and a seasoned member of the airport security team, had never seen him behave like this. She trusted him with her life, and more importantly, with the lives of others. Thor was a combat veteran turned service dog, and he'd saved lives on foreign soil. When he barked, people listened. "Sir, stop right there," Jenna called out, approaching cautiously, one hand gripping Thor's leash, the other near her sidearm. The man shook his head, voice cracking. "She's just a baby. Please, don't." Thor growled now. Low. Steady. Unblinking. The baby whimpered. Passengers around them instinctively formed a circle, giving space but not moving far. The terminal fell into a strange, eerie silence, as if the building itself was holding its breath. Jenna stepped forward, her voice softening. "Sir, let's talk. What's your name?" "Eli," he muttered. "Eli Turner." "And the baby?" "She's my daughter. Her name's Lily." Jenna looked into his eyes, haunted, hollow. Something wasn't right. Thor barked again, louder, more urgently than before. That was when Lily's blanket slipped. And everyone gasped. It wasn't what they saw, it was what they didn't see. The child wasn't moving. No breath. No gentle rise and fall of her chest. Jenna's training kicked in. She rushed forward, hands out. "Sir, give me the child." But Eli didn't move. He just looked at the baby and whispered, "She's all I have left." Tears streamed down his face. It was chaos. Airport security swarmed. Medical teams were called. But amidst all the noise, Jenna stayed calm, kneeling beside Eli, gently taking the child from his arms. She checked for a pulse. Nothing. But something else caught her attention. Tape. Around the baby's torso. Too thick. Too layered. Jenna's stomach sank. "Get the bomb squad," she said, her voice tight. The next 45 minutes felt like a movie, one of those high-stakes thrillers you watch on the edge of your seat. The baby, Lily, was carefully taken by the bomb squad robots. Thor was kept nearby, pacing nervously. Everyone was evacuated to a safe distance. And Eli? Eli was handcuffed, sitting on the cold floor of the holding room, mumbling incoherently. But it wasn't a bomb. Not exactly. It was a complex smuggling device. Tucked into the baby carrier was a custom rig that could conceal high-grade synthetic opioids, enough to kill hundreds. The blanket had been laced with traces of the drug, which is why Thor caught the scent so quickly. But the baby, Lily, she had been real. She had been alive. Once. The truth unraveled in layers, each more devastating than the last. Eli had been a desperate father. His wife, an undocumented immigrant, died during childbirth. With no family, no money, and no hope, Eli was approached by a cartel with an offer: transport a small package from Mexico City to Chicago, and they'd set him up with a new life. But when he discovered they wanted him to use his daughter as a cover, he refused. They didn't care. Lily was taken, drugged, and unknowingly used as a vessel. By the time Eli got her back, she was barely breathing. He tried to get to the U.S. Embassy, tried to save her, but it was too late. He couldn't even bury her. So he carried her, hoping to turn himself in. hoping to expose the operation. Hoping for forgiveness. Thor had sensed the drugs. But what he really uncovered was a father's unbearable grief. The terminal remained closed for hours that day. News stations picked up the story. Eli was taken into custody but eventually cooperated with Homeland Security, helping dismantle one of the largest child smuggling drug routes on record. He pled guilty, but with a full confession and proof of coercion, his sentence was reduced. He now speaks to at-risk parents and young fathers in rehab centers, using his story to warn others. As for Thor, he was hailed as a hero, again. A statue of him now sits outside Terminal C, next to a plaque that reads, "For those who bark not just to protect, but to uncover the truth." In the end, it wasn't just about the drugs. It was about the silent tragedies we walk past every day. A man holding a baby. A tired face hiding pain. A story waiting to be heard. Thanks to a dog who wouldn't stop barking, we finally listened. If this story moved you, please like, share, and subscribe to Justice on Paws, where every bark tells a story that needs to be heard. Don't forget to hit the bell so you never miss a true tale of courage and compassion.